Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video on this channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the situation that The Boyz is going through, not only the scandal that has recently exploded with Hacknian but also other members who have had their own controversies. So without anything else to say, let's begin. I'm going to talk first about the incidents of other members, which are shorter and easier to explain. The first one to have controversy was Juyeon at the beginning of June, where he was linked to actress Shin Se-ah. Where it was said they had been dating for over a year, the evidence showed items both of them wore. Both companies denied these rumors. But the fans themselves weren't happy with the situation, and leaked a photo where supposedly you can see Juyeon smoking. Juyeon wasn't the only member who had controversies with smoking, since Eric and Sunwoo were also photographed smoking, and later another video of Juyeon smoking was leaked. Things didn't calm down since a Chinese fan spoke about how Juyeon had signed her album under the name Se-ah. Apparently the fan asked him to give her a Korean name, and he suggested Se-ah, a name that had nothing to do with her real name. Many said that suggesting the name of the person you're in an ongoing controversy with for dating her is too much. When this scandal seemed to calm down, another dating rumor came for Juyeon, in which he was linked to Yoonseo because of some photos where they were holding the same fruit and wearing the same outfits, and even in this one there was a supposed image of the two of them leaving a Balenciaga show together. Hyunjae and Sangyeon had controversies since photos of them came out at a private party with girls. In one of them it said, "The boys beep beep, they're handsome, just handsome, but why do they keep calling me baby? I can't drink no more, they keep saying my personality is good." Sunwoo also had a controversy related to Hyungwon from Monsta X, in which supposedly he had dated the same girl Sunwoo was dating. It's said that apparently this current girlfriend is allegedly Monsta X's Hyungwon's ex-girlfriend, so his bandmate Minhyuk confronted Sunwoo on behalf of Hyungwon about it at a music show, apparently to get his act together. This escalated so much that 100, the company of The Boyz, had to release a statement saying there were totally false rumors about their idols, and that they had taken legal action. Now let's talk about Hacknian's scandal starting on June 16, when 100, the company of The Boyz, announced that Hacknian would begin a hiatus for personal reasons. Just 2 days later a report came out revealing that the reason for Hacknian's hiatus was that it was discovered he had met with an actress at a private bar in Tokyo at the end of May. The report talks about how supposedly the two of them were drinking all night and acting affectionately. This report says they reached out to 100 for a statement, and they responded that they had confirmed the facts with the artist. Another news outlet called 10 Asia was the one that revealed that the actress was Asuka Kirara, an adult content actress, and that Hacknian had paid for that meeting. This article pointed out that Hacknian was accompanied by a former producer of his company who had been fired for issues related to prostitution. Apparently 100 found evidence that Hacknian had paid Asuka for intimate services. At first he denied everything and later admitted to having met with her when presented with proof, and that would have been the reason he was sent on hiatus according to 10 Asia. This kind of act is illegal in Korea. After the scandal exploded, 100 announced that Hacknian would no longer be part of the group or the agency, saying they no longer had trust in him. That same day Hacknian spoke for the first time about the issue in a handwritten letter on his Instagram stories, in which he said, "Hello, this is Ju Hacknian. First, I apologize to the fans who must have been greatly shocked by the news about me, as well as everyone whom I gave cause for concern through this unsavory matter. In the wee hours of the morning of May 30, 2025, I did attend a private gathering with alcohol together with an acquaintance, and while it is true that I was at that gathering, it is completely false that I engaged in any illegal activity, such as the sex work that is being mentioned in news reports and rumors. I am deeply reflecting on my actions, and I would like to sincerely apologize to everyone who has been shocked and disappointed." The actress he met with also spoke about it on her Twitter account, saying, "There are many baseless speculations going around, but Shookan Buncheon has not yet published any report on this matter, so please do not spread false information. Never in my life have I accepted money in exchange for private sexual services." This also applies of course to the recent matter. "I believe that a woman who met him for the first time that day seemed to have a crush on Hacknian, and that's why she took a photo and sold it to Shookan Buncheon." Dispatch met with her and she maintained her statement, saying, "I have never accepted money for sexual relations outside of my work, no matter how much I am offered. I have never had sexual relations in exchange for money in private." As I mentioned earlier, prostitution has been illegal in Korea since 2004, for those who offer it and those who consume it. For clients, the maximum penalty is up to 1 year in prison or 5 million won, which would be around $4,400. On June 19, it was also reported that an anonymous person had requested an investigation into Hackneon for allegedly violating the special law on the prevention of sex trade based on having heard the news. After that, the Japanese outlet that initially sold the information to the Korean media that released the story shared a series of photos in which they claim you can see Hackneon and Asuka Kirara. You can't see the boy's face, but the outlet claims it's them waiting for a taxi outside the bar. Dispatch made a reconstruction of the events in which they claim the information that they were together is correct, that they drank and acted very affectionately, and later went to the actress's house. It was also revealed how Hackneon admitted the incident but denied paying to have relations. The same outlet revealed that a staff member of the boys stated that the idol attended a party where several women were present, including the actress Asuka Kirara, with whom at the end of the night he took a taxi to her house. Hackneon didn't return to his hotel that night, and when asked where he had gone, he said to the actress's house and bragged about having slept with her. On June 20, Hackneon spoke again, this time focusing on the fact that the agency had expelled him without valid reasons since he had done nothing illegal. It is known that 100 based the termination on Article 6 of his contract, which says that acts that damage the artist's dignity to the point of interfering with activities can lead to removal from the group, arguing that being seen with a woman could affect the female fandom. Hackneon then made an Instagram post in which he reaffirmed that he did nothing illegal and criticized media outlets for continuing to spread false and defamatory information. He announced plans to take legal action and challenged anyone to present real evidence if he had engaged in prostitution. He stated he never agreed to leave the group or terminate his contract, and accused the agency of trying to fabricate a reason for ending it. He claimed they demanded over 2 billion won in compensation, and falsely informed the media that his contract had been terminated. Likewise, he expressed feeling scared but emphasized he would not stay silent anymore, and would fight to clear his name, holding both the agency and the media accountable, and said he hoped his struggle could inspire others who feel powerless. So 100 responded saying that what Hackneon said were false claims, and that they terminated his contract based on the terms that were established, and they said they would never speak about Hackneon again. Hackneon shared that he filed a complaint against the journalist from 10 Asia, who said he had paid for sexual services. This is how things stand now. The latest development is that this controversy has gone beyond K-pop, and now even Japanese adult content actresses are commenting on the matter. Aoi Sora, an actress, said although adult video actors portray sexual acts, that does not mean they are prostitutes. What's truly wrong is behaving in a way that could lead to such scandalous photos being leaked. From a fan's perspective, they might say, why did it have to be an AV actress? Things are still not clear. To summarize, we know they met. Hackneon himself has admitted that. The question is whether he paid to have relations with her, but at the same time, as Aoi Sora says, a person who films themselves having sex is not the same as a prostitute, and the fact that people assume so says a lot about society. If there are more updates about the case, I'll keep you informed.
And this has been all. I hope you like it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. It would help me a lot. See ya.